Hey, well, we're about to watch a video with some thugs. Remember, people are thugs. And in this video, they're going to be represented by the animals. So you have one thug who is chasing off another thug, and he's also eating on another thug, and then that other thug is going to do something. Alright, here it is. Bada boom, you see those thugs there? This is the start of a thug video. Let's go zoom into that.
And yet, things may not finish as we thought they would. For sometimes the weak are capable of cunning dissimulation.
Well, as you see, rather than get eaten by the other thug, that thug just bolted. He just took off. Another thug thought it was just gonna have his way. Well, I picture myself as I'm being eaten by a CIA thug, but if you notice let's break this down. Let's talk about the physics of this video. What allowed this thug to get away? Can you tell? Well, it has something to do with physics. See, physics let him get away. It was the air gap. There was a gap between him and the other thug. See? So, this thug here, he just bolted, he got up and fucking started running like a motherfucker. So, let's watch that again. See? Watch this. You see what the thug does? Well, anyway, in the air gap, in the physics, just let him get away. Now, the government, though, they have a method of preventing thugs from getting away. Well, they have the more traditional kinds where they'll handcuff you and restrain you, maybe put you behind some walls, put some matter around you, you know, like some doors in a cop car or jail cell. But there's another way. And this is completely removed. See, in normal world, you got multiple thugs, man. And the thugs, they gotta be able to defend themselves, get away, whatever. Self-defense, whatever. But the government wants to remove all that. And so they've taken it to the next level. Now, not only can they assault people and put them in prison. That's the government thugs, police thugs, motherfuckers, and the CIA, the FBI, sheriff, Homeland Security, whoever else. You know, the state employees. The state employees, their biggest business is running the prisons and the hospitals and the shit that they run, the stupid state hospitals. These are prisons. They deprive people of liberty. They fuck them up. They torture them. They administer torture. Okay, anyway, the government has a new method. Alright, this isn't very new. But they wanted to remove any possibility that there would be an air gap. So they invented military technology to use physics to get inside this fucking beast body remotely. Fuck him up and paralyze him and torture him. So even if he was moving around, boom, they still hit him. They just changed the coordinates. They were going to fuck with him over here instead of over there when he moved around. See that? So what they're doing is they're jamming his body up with radiation probably. They're using directed signals and radiation. That's physics. Shooting photons and radiation into him. And phonons too. They use acoustics to do it as well. And his brain matter, the energy states in his body and his atoms can't hold itself together. So his brain is fucking collapsing. He can't block out what's being changed. There's bits being flipped in his brain, causing things to be seen and heard and felt that are there. It's actually being broadcast in. Boom, the rate, and see, up here's the satellite, right, where my mouse is, boom, broadcasting down, for multiple directions, there's multiple satellites up here, and the radiation just wherever he is, it's all inside of him. And targeting different parts of his body at once. And ooh. So they've removed the ability for you to get away using physics. You can't get away. So if they don't want you to get away, if they want you dead, if they want to cover something up, they want to torture you, they're going to do it. And they're that violent. Because have you seen how violent everyone is? They're not out helping people. They're not like people helping people anymore. Or people shooting people dead and putting them in prison and making money off of them. That's what this plan's about. So with that type of profit motive, you get the profit is you get to stay out of prison, you get to make money from the government, have benefits, and you get to kill people and do what you want, and you have the protection of everyone in government, the union, and the laws and the judges on your side, man. Well, boom, you ain't getting away. You're gonna be a target of that, and that's profitable, and that's what maintains their power. They got to be as ruthless as possible. So. So, man, this is serious, man. The government went to this technological length to develop satellites and military radar to like over the horizon. Like over here's a radar, they're bouncing up. Here's the sky. They're like going down in the person. See, that's where they just bounce it off the sky like a mirror, and the radiation hits that target. And as it's walking around, they could see it because, see, the radiation from here comes up too. And over here are the imaging devices. Also, they got the satellites up here, imaging down here. So the satellites can see what's down here. Boom. They got transmitters. They fucking hit transmitting radiation down here to hit the person. See, that's the most serious crime. This is signals intelligence. This is NSA running this. And all the agencies down below have it. The fucking CIA, FBI, sheriffs, and police, local officials. Just like William Binney says. They're all sharing it. It's profitable. And even people in government who join government thinking this is just a job, they're being targeted. However, a lot of them are in the know nowadays. They're all in the know, so they have some protection in their own ranks from it. They partake in the operations. I still think you can pick one of them or two of them here and there off because they're still weak. There's no power against this. You can't stop this military radar system or this government targeting mechanism. You can't do it. So yeah, there's been people in the FBI get targeted. There's been people, there's been people in, say, a state union who they all think they have power and protection because they all know about it. They've all been there. They've all been on the inside of it. They've all used it. They targeted this person here, this thug. And they're like, oh, well, who gives a fuck if they're targeting him? We'll take, the big incentive for them is staying out of prison at that point. Why they keep participating? They don't want to go to jail. So they also think they'll get away with it. It'll be so secretive that nobody will stop it before this thug is dead, before he can even get the word out. So that's their other defense mechanism. So they just get to keep doing it. All the state workers, all the fucking police officers, all the fucking FBI buttfuckers. See, when you have information like what I have out there that's this good, and it's sitting there for that long, that's how you start to... There's other people who have that out there too. There's been people on the radio and on TV. We've all said it. There's been patents. We've went to judiciary committees, Senate Intelligence Committee. We've written letters to Congress. We went to congressmen's offices all around the country. Everyone's been notified. There's been laws mentioning this stuff. So it's not like different congressmen don't understand it, see? Space Preservation Act of 2001 shows that the congressmen understand this technology good. So, DOD executive comments, the only reason that bill is not passed. But one senator that wants to protect everyone from that is not enough. So that's why it's not on the books. And they thought, oh, well, wait a minute, we're going to give up our ultimate weapon just to have everyone be safe from this? Or to feel safe from this and to have a remedy to shut it down? See, they didn't want to give up their ultimate weapon, man. Particle beams and radiation and Space Preservation Act is about hitting human beings. To stop, they wanted to ban that. They wanted to stop them from hitting humans with radiation to kill them, affect their mental health and stuff. Senator Dennis Kucinich, or yeah, Congressman, yeah, I don't even know anymore. I'm not keeping track. So, Space Preservation Act, he's either a congressman or a senator. I think he was a congressman. I mistakenly said senator. It's been so long since I looked him up. I don't even care about him. He's not in Congress anymore, though. Because he lost his seat when they did some rearrangements of the boundaries for how many seats were available in Ohio. Former U.S. Representative Ohio. Served till 2013. I don't care about this guy either. I don't give a fuck about him. His bill didn't get passed. He didn't help me when I called his office. He had a staff member who went to my website, and she sounded like she just saw a ghost when she saw my site. And that, to me, I thought that meant that she knew I was being targeted, but there was nothing that could be done about it. That's what I thought. Because that's the thing that they know. They happen to know that most people are just apathetic motherfuckers. They don't even give a fuck. They don't have the ability to care when someone's getting shot dead. The typical citizen might, but not people who are living their lives in government, making money and stuff. They don't give a fuck. They don't stop what they're doing when they're committing a crime and make sure they're not committing further crime. That's not what they do. They keep doing it. And they keep doing it, and they keep doing it. And people just don't seem to care. Oh, one person is dead. I'm gonna go back and do my business here, and I'm gonna keep doing my fucking business. And jeez, they don't really feel anything inside. They don't care what they do to hurt someone or what they just saw. They don't care. They don't get up and start fighting it. They don't take out a gun themselves and shoot somebody dead over it. They don't do nothing. Nothing happens. Nothing at all. At the most, there'll be a blurb in the news about some violent act they committed against someone. But they're able to manipulate it a lot of times, so a lot of the juicy details are hidden. Was it a government targeting plot, and that's really how the guy got hurt, or what? They just hide it all. It's all hidden. And oh yeah, that's demonstrable. All these people complaining about being targeted, the fucking news articles cover that shit up. Make it look like the guy had mental health problems when they didn't. Every time. It's like, what the fuck am I seeing here? Look at Myron May. Look at Aaron Alexis. Those two cases. See, those cases are based on reality. That stuff is really going on to people. So why did the media cover it the way they did to cover it all up? Why did they do that if it's reality and there's so much information out there about it? Why did they do that? Why did you fucking do that, media, you fucking idiots? Why? Why does it take people in the bottom to be able to say anything about this, but we don't have the power to do anything? See, we don't have any money. We don't have the power. We don't control the media. We just have little blurbs on YouTube that we say. We just have little blurbs on the internet and blogs. But the big media, they're supposed to be there to protect us from the government by exposing things to the mass population, but they're not doing it. They're not doing it. They're making lots of money, and they pick and choose what they say to make money. And they run an article about the NSA to make money. They hide all the information about it. That's what they've done. And that's been confirmed. Because people, I don't know if the Intercept was formed, and then I remember Washington Post was saying stuff about how they would do whatever the Pentagon wanted. They'd say, oh, Pentagon said we shouldn't say nothing about this, so then it put it in there. So how do we begin to see if our government's dangerous, if all the details aren't fully exposed, so that we have that information there, so we can go and say, oh, the government's the one that was behind this. And this is, how they're doing it. So every person has that skill book there. They can get that information readily, easily. right now all the best information's on the like it's seen as fringe information, but it's actually the most important information, and it's hard to locate it all in one place because the mass media doesn't have it on their website. It's only on these other websites. You know, like you go to my website, obamasweapon.com, or you go to Freedom's website, Freedom from Harassment Surveillance. You might, I mean, you want to network with the different victims you find there. A lot of them actually have good information. You have to spend some time messing with these guys, but some of them actually turn out to know what they're talking about. I would say that I don't know who there knows because I don't care about their group, but there's all these other people who don't. I get from there for being associated with this network of people all over the internet. I'm on Facebook. There's a group of targets. I don't know what, they're not really part of any particular group, but you know, they've got YouTube channels and Facebook profiles and groups and pages, and they're just posting all sorts of stuff about this all the time. That's where you go to find the details. I'll have someone come up to me and they'll come up and they'll have a clip from 1995 about Nick Begich. He's telling you how to shield yourself from some of their electronic warfare crap. You take a fucking amplifier, you have a white noise generator, and you generate some white noise, put that in the amplifier, and then I guess there's some type of cables you'll hook into, you know, the speaker amp. You'll use like this like a receiver you might be using, and then you'll fucking take these wires and wrap them around the area you want protected. And this is supposed to prevent ELF, them from locking on with ELF weapons. So ELF weapons, ELF technology, from the low hertz to up to like 100 hertz. That's very low frequency. And I don't know if it works because I haven't tried that myself, but it's a potential shielding method that might work. And the technology is so good that it penetrates a mountain or an ocean, so that's why I'm just hesitant that it would work. You know, this is really advanced satellite technology, really advanced fucking over the horizon radar. It's hitting people. But I think the problem with trying this is I'll spend all my money, I'll go broke. That's the problem. They want that. The government wants you to go broke and to waste your money on shielding methods. I'm not talking about Nick Begich. I'm talking about the government itself is like, they invented really awesome technology that it's so hard you can't stop it. So, what do? You know, I've heard of people trying the shielding, it doesn't work because this technology just doesn't work. But the shielding just doesn't work. You can't really shield. See, to shield something, how do you block all light and sound? See, that's what you need to do. That's how the direct energy works. Is it takes advantage of the fact that you can't really create a perfect block. So, if you can't create a perfect block and you're always going to see some light coming through, or you're going to hear the sound of what's outside, then how do you block it? You can't. Okay, that's why most people are not successful in their blocking attempts. You need a whole fucking like shelter to block this crap. Now the white noise generator, what's doing is you're creating a field of energy, and you're hoping that that's enough to that their technology won't be high enough resolution to filter you from that. And their energy, I mean, you're also trying to hope their energy field won't penetrate to you. It won't go through that field to you. And you're trying to create a barrier. And now the most sophisticated barriers are the energy barriers. Like, that's what we're talking about here. You're using these cables, you're using that amp to create an energy barrier. The energy travels through the barrier, creates fields of energy. And that's a really cool system. You might hurt yourself because electronic energy is not healthy for people, too. That's another thing I'm worried about. But is it better to do that than take the radiation from the government? I'm not sure. So benefits might outweigh the risk there or not. You want to be careful not to hurt yourself. That's one thing. Be careful not to try something crazy. Now there's physical matter barriers, but to see these walls, these fucking walls, they're not blocking nothing. I still hear the cars. I see the sun. See? When I'm deep inside of a jail cell, in a jail, I still hear the fucking train go by. I still hear the cars. That means the walls aren't really protecting you. And my cell phone still gets a signal. I hear the walkie-talkies working. There'll be a guy way over on the other side of the jail communicating wirelessly. See? That's how you know that nothing... Jails are built solid too. If you've seen these, they're like fortresses. The jail that I was in was a fortress. And this piece of shit, you could penetrate that with radiation easily. And any other acoustic energy or whatever. So that's not a shield. And mountain isn't a shield either. Because the problem is this technology it's so fucking like world scale that it's big enough to try to, you can image a mountain with it, okay? So a mountain, like your body, you know, is designed to see large areas. So, if they can penetrate, and directed energy secretly teleports, okay? You can find articles about this, teleports through matter. You beam a photon like a laser, you use a laser to make a photon stream. And they found you beam it into a brick. You can't see the laser anymore, but it's teleporting through. And they have a photon sensor on the other side of the brick. They aim it at the brick, boom. And it also speeds up to faster than light. Boom, teleports through the fucking brick. Isn't that something? So I just told you why you're probably not going to be able to defeat their technology. It teleports through brick. Okay. Anyway, I wish that I was like this. See, I wanted to be like this fucking thug here. This gazelle who just escaped from see, there's hyena. Here, there's a hyena, there's a cheetah. And there's the gazelle on the ground right there.
Things may not finish as we thought they would. Sometimes
I want to be that gazelle. Here, I'm getting my balls munched by the CIA. That fucking hyena's the CIA there. Alright, gotta go. Gotta go right now. I'm gonna go get me some coffee. Starbucks. Oh, by the way, let's see. I got some. See, you want to see some of these communities I'm talking about? Here are these people who are chatting with me. Melinda Fee left. There's some guy talking about something. Melinda Fee's in there. Okay. Here I am talking about also cuts Julian economies. I'm talking about hyper game theory. So you can make these Julian cut economies. Just like you make Julian cut fries, it's all uniform and everything, each one. And using hyper game theory. This guy Brian Two's talking about hyper game theory there. And he's like, he says, here's what he says. It is mathematical formula called the hyper game theory. Everything they do is based on the mathematical model. By changing locations constantly, you are constantly adding new values to their model, which they must compensate for because every new value, positive or negative, alters the new expected outcome. Mind control technology is based on predicting your expected outcomes, which they must do for verification purposes. Staying on the move continually alters the value for each location, thereby alters their expected outcome. And anyway, that's kind of true in a way, but not really. You know, you're always on the move, and it does change their expected outcome, but it doesn't really do anything. I don't know if he's not really saying that protects you or nothing, but I just read that there. I didn't read that before. This woman here is a target. She's in Mexico right now, and she comes up to California, and she's going through something. So that's one community. There's a lot of others. The other ones are actually these groups over here. You got groups. You got huge ass groups. Targeted individuals. Here's my. I'll show you my group here. I run a good group, and actually, it's very popular. It's full of people, and if you just want to sample this, come to my group because there's enough people there that they're commenting all the time. So here's my group target. I'm gonna change that hashtag someday, but here it is. This is a sultan being stuffed face without Iago from Aladdin, and this is torture, man. He's like fucking putting crackers in. This is torture right there. All right, let's look here. Here's me. I'm saying the First Amendment applies to this group, so you get some protection. There's all these people posting stuff. Anatomy of an electromagnetic wave. This one is talking about, looks like some type of CIA Bush shit, multinational Illuminati army, CIA, all this funny stuff, DEA, Clinton and others. So this video is probably going to have, this stuff is actually real. You got to train yourself to take it in. You're like, oh my God, this is, you begin to sense it. You begin to know what's real and what's not, and that they're really telling you about the danger of everything in the world. And this whole planet is fucking ran just like this. This one, I did not allow SAP, Oracle, whatever. You gotta deprogram your bullshit brain because your parents told you lies. Your whole life, the schools told you lies. Everything. You thought it was based on laws and rules? No. It's built on profits and people holding power as individuals to do what they want in physics. What physics allows. And you were told to limit yourself to the law. Oh, don't kill Timmy over here. Well, that doesn't apply to them, man. They'll kill Timmy. They'll do whatever it takes. See, the rules only apply to you if you follow them. And they don't follow them. You'll find all sorts of stuff here. Now, this guy is really posting a lot. I haven't been here in a while. Oh, here's some. There's going to be targeted brothers and sisters worldwide meeting come Friday night. Go here. It's access code. And there's going to be a call. You could talk on that phone number. So 724447444. Access code 92703. Pin number is 1. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. It's tonight, actually. And I'm going to have to go and check that out because it's been a while since I've been on those. Oh, they'll bring doctors. They're talking about different bullshit. This guy is posting a lot of the same type of Mexican shit or something. Alanberto. It's just too much. I need something else. Oh, Alex Jones. This is why California is running out of water. Blah, blah, blah. Might be. Well, of course it is. I feel disturbance in the force. This is cool. A racist email hasn't been reported to the thought police somewhere. I like that guy. See, a disturbance in the force. This is a thought-provoking thing here. I feel a disturbance in the force. A racist email hasn't been reported to the thought police somewhere. Thank you, WikiLeaks. Jacob Applebaum exposes NSA tools hacking your computer and backdoors. NSA agents. Oh yeah, man. That shit. Oh my God, man. There's so much shit about how you're so vulnerable. Another NSA whistleblower steps forward. Oh, but hate that video. Don't even care. Oh, here's me a new website, drrobertduncan.com. 3 likes there. Peek behind Hanukkah curtain. Well, there's so much cool stuff you'll find. Oh, this doctor here, Dr. Ronnie Lena Lukenin killed or whatever. Dr. Ronnie killed. And she is legit as far as I know. And she was the director of something in Finland, I think it was. Director of their medical system in one part of Finland. So she's one of the, like, surgeon generals, so to say, equivalent of a surgeon general. And because you know, here in America we have the surgeon general gives warnings to people, blah blah blah. And he's supposed to be there to kind of guide public health and everything. He's the chief doctor, pretty much. So she's talking all about America. This is all real to her. She'll go into the mind control, the targeting and stuff, and oh yeah, she is really a good person to talk to and listen to. She's dead now. She just died this year, unfortunately, but she left behind videos. Good videos that inform you of this issue of targeting. Well, anyway, this is just one example of a group where people come and they post lots of videos and information, and some are even better. Oh my god, my computer starts to freeze and chug, and I don't know why. It's like maybe it's because I'm running out of memory. I'm not sure. I've got 6 gigs of RAM in this piece of crap. I bought this laptop. I actually went with a cheap laptop. Let's go to this group, targeted individuals group. Oh, this guy's having some so different groups. Voices in my head. Well, this guy claims this woman is stalking him. Or this guy. I think that's an FBI agent, really, myself. He's just posting shit. He's like, oh, this woman's stalking me. And he picks out his favorite porn star. Well, anyway, I don't even know. Targeted Individuals International is another group. This one has nothing to do with this, but you see a lot of cool stuff on here too. David Icke's Facebook page, where everyone's talking about David Icke stuff, but really just the common information about whatever. What else? Well, I've got so many groups here, I don't even know which one's my favorite. I don't really follow any of them. Freedom of